Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Salam, good evening, good morning. Right, can you guys hear me? मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है आपको? Thumbs up, yes, no, जी, हाँ जी. Mic check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Welcome to live chat. Can you guys hear me? Anyone? Anyone there? Right, we have one person. We're making progress. Is it just me? Huh? My phone's in my pocket. You need it? Okay. So I think there's no one showing up today. So hi to all. Hi Bob from Canada. You're the only person. I guess it's gonna be like one on one. Oh, there you go. You got another one. Hi Kunal. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Salam. Hello, afternoon. Right. Hi, Guddu Pandit from Mirzapur. Gurvajan Paji. Hi, Sat Sri Akal. Hello, Rama Patel ji. Namaste. Namaskar. Hope you're well. Hope you guys are well. I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking. This one. Hi, Namaste, Bob. Yes, so the topic we were planning, what I was trying to discuss is on our move to Portugal. I would like to take some of your questions. I will speak in Hindi and English, if that is okay. Sat Sri Akal, Paji. Good, all good. Kirpa Vaiguru di. Hello, Rajesh Khanna ji. Namaskar. Rao ji. Hello. Well, my trip, okay, English, okay, yep, sure, I will try to speak English. My trip to Portugal was really, really good. That was my first time I had visited Portugal. The reason I went there is because I was advised by my accountant that it was a good place to go and raise family. There's lots of opportunities. Portugal being a member of United Nations, the European Union, they are getting lots of subsidies to encourage new businesses and new startups. They are giving subsidies from Portugal government as well as from European Union. I have a house in England, and I had a business in England. I can go back to UK and make a good living, but money is not my priority. I was making very good money in England. I had left that behind to come to India, and for almost 2 years, I have earned zero money. However, I have earned something much more valuable being in India, which is my children's education, and they learn the culture. My children understood zero Indian culture, and they didn't classify themselves as Indians. Being here, they learn Hindi, which I believe is the national language of India, how it should be. They understand the religious aspect of India as well. They understand the diversity, who are Indians and what they are and where they fit in. They enjoy the Indian food. So for me, I consider myself as a winner being here, although, it's going to be 2 years very soon. But I do take away lots of positive from India. India will always remain my country. I love India. I will always be Indian. This face is Indian face. No matter where I go, I'll always be looked up, well, as Indian. No one will say otherwise. I'm planning to move in I'm planning to move in March or April. So we have a property in England that is currently on rent. That property comes available in end of or mid March, and my plan is to go to England to renovate the property and hopefully either put it in the market or back on the rent. At the same time, I'm looking for property, to be precise, a land in Portugal. Oh, the car's really good. But we losing a lot of money. We just bought the car. It hasn't been 6 months yet since we bought the car, and we are already planning to sell the car. Again, guys, it's not the money that for me. I value my family, our life is more important. So I'm hoping that going to Portugal work out. If things don't work out, I will return back to England and I'll just resume my life where I left from. No, I'm not a UK citizen by birth. I was born in India. I was born in Punjab, and I left in '96. I left in 10th October 1996. Yes, Rajesh Khanna ji, I know that you suggested that I should go. I have been on my own to Portugal to speak to legal advisors, accountants, as well as look at properties. I am going on the 16th of September again to UK and then from UK to Portugal. So I am making multiple trips on my own because my children are in school, so I cannot drag them. And I'm trying to set up things there before I can take my family there. However, if time runs out, then only option I have is actually rent accommodation in Portugal, put my family in the rental accommodation, and while I'm there, then proceed with our plan. Yeah, Nimish. Nimish is my friend from United Kingdom. He just said you were born in Mogadishu. Yeah, love you, Nimish. Sounds like a good plan. Well, yes. I take the risk. I understand, but again, ultimately, what I look for is like that family union. I'm hoping to bring the family together. I'm hoping to keep my children together. Everywhere we go, every struggle we go through, it makes us stronger. It builds memories, good, positive, and negative memories, but it brings children together. Like many people, I have spoken to many Indians here. I've made many friends, and they said to me, "Well, how do you do? Like, kind of just pick up your stuff and go." The difference between me and most Indians is that I am not tied down with my family. My mom at the moment is working. My father is in good health, and they are able to take care of themselves. And so I have that time. My children are young, and my parents are also capable to take care of themselves. So I'm able to move around. But at further down the years, when my mum or my dad is no longer able to take care of themselves, then my priorities will change. I will have to then be there for them. So I'm hoping to kind of establish something by then where my children are old enough, then they don't have to move around, and when my parents are old enough, then I can take care of them. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Konaji. No pain, no gain. Same stuff. You have to take risk in life. Fortunately for me, I'm in the position. Not everyone is in the position to take risk. There was time when I used to be hand to mouth. My priority was to put 3 times food on the table. I couldn't take any risks, and I got myself in a position where we have some savings, therefore we can take risk. Being a UK citizen, I never be out of food or roof. European Union, they do take care of the citizens, and I can go back to any job, and I can always feed my family. Umang Gupta ji, yes, children, security, and safety is most important. I want to develop my children mentally as well as education. So moving around does give them some prospect. They can understand different cultures and different environment, and also they feel confident to move around. Visit Dubai, yes, I would love to visit Dubai with family. I don't. I would like to go to Dubai as holidays, not for to live. I just cannot see myself living in Dubai or accepting the culture, or I don't know if I can speak out on I don't know what sort of democracy they have. But I will go on holidays. That's for sure. Re- Gurbajan, I have a special request, please. I have a Polish girlfriend and one daughter. I am British born who have never had financial luck. If you decide to move to Portugal, can you please get us over? Oh, you are living in England. You have no problem, Gurbajan. Absolutely. I don't charge for any advice, and I don't give illegal advice, and I don't give any false advice. I will share everything that I understand and I know. And if anyone wants to ever, move to England or move to Poland or move to Portugal or anything they need to know, I will let you know what I know. I'm willing to help fellow citizens of the world. Right, where are we looking now? Working family and take them. Portugal. We tried, India. It's you have to have thick skin to live in India. And every day when I'm out, it breaks my heart to see children working on the street. My children have a great future, they have a great life, they travel. But when I see these children working on the station, I see these children, not wearing appropriate clothes in this cold or rainy or hot weather, and they're working. It's not fair. I am not in a position to help these poor children out, and I see animals in distress. I see crazy traffic system. I see corrupt police officers. I see corrupt government officials. I see roads being flooded. This is the fifth largest economy, and I just don't understand the frustration. Like, where all this GST taxes are being collected, what's being done with this old money? Why? I understand it's a developing country, but it should be much ahead. The infrastructure should be much ahead. It should be at least par with its position. When you move funds between countries, what is the loss? Largely, it depends on your position. So if I have lots of, I have Indian account, and when I transfer the money over, the rate was so great, but now the rate will work against me. So if I'm transferring GBP to India, great. If I'm sending Indian rupees to Europe, not so great. So in my case, I will just have to wait until Indian rupee is stronger uh, against euro. Only then I can transfer money over. And I have bank in place. I have special accounts where I'm able to shift money across on a special rates. Do you think life is better in Portugal versus UK? Well, I don't know. Guru Pandit. I love the name, by the way. So I don't know, Panditji, if that's the case. They say grass is always greener on the other side. I went to Portugal. I love the weather there. I love the people. They're quite open, quite friendly, quite accepting. Went to many shops. I went to a legal advisor, and all they say, there are a lot of Indian immigration coming in, and they love them because they're hardworking. They contribute to the economy. They work at the restaurants. They're willing to take all the jobs. So the approach, how Indians are looked at in Portugal is very different how Indians looked at in United Kingdom. Lots needs to be done, but we are sure we will do it. Yes, Kunalji, a lot of things needs to be done in India, but it's just not done fast enough. It everyone sees India differently. It's good to compare good things. So when there is a better roads or there's drainage system or there's schools. So one thing I don't understand, what people don't see here, Poor people see, but they cannot speak. Wealthy people don't see and they can't speak. This is the situation here. When middleman, average person, or middleman's person, children or upper class children are going to a private school, they tend to kind of live that life and they don't see anything else. A poor person doesn't have the choice here. In Europe, the government education system is really, really good, and a poor person's child can go to government school free of charge and become prime minister or a mayor of the city, prime minister of the country. They are capable to do anything. In India, it's not the case. A government education system is flawed. A private system education system is promoted, and this is another corruption on next level. Government should provide education for the poor on par with the private schools, so the poor have the equal opportunity to develop themselves. There's no reason why someone should be earning 500 rupees or living in a shack or not able to provide 3 time food for their family. What do I think for the BRICS? I think it's amazing. There should be someone against. American dollar is ruling the world. America is the power. I think they held the power long enough, and I think there should be something. Something to what should I say? Counter the dollar. One country should not hold the complete power, or one country should not hold the complete power. My mental health is being destroyed. Oh, Gurbajan Paji, I understand your situation. It's not money. I know people who are earning crazy money in England. Doesn't mean they have great health. And I'm saying that the weather, the media, the mentality of kind of, you always be in England, you always be an outsider. Doesn't matter if you're born there, well, as long if you're not white skinned, you always be outside. And UK, you will never be considered that country as your country. However, the life is there better than India. You have free healthcare, you have good education system, you have clean streets, you have cleaner air, you have good quality of food, high standards of living. So these things are still there. So I think we should keep in touch. If things work in Portugal, I'm more than willing to share information. So people are planning to move there, or if I'm buying a farm, I will be looking to employ labor from India, and I will be contacting agriculture universities in India, and hopefully we can work out something where graduates, I can sponsor graduates, and I give them a chance to travel to Europe and understand the farming concept in Europe, and then later they can come back to India and then kind of develop the farming, work more efficiently and develop the farming sector in India. I have been to southern India, and I do love the cities. I haven't lived there, but I think the mindset of southern India is much different to northern India. Ritesh Yadavji, the main reason I'm leaving India is I just don't see my future here. I cannot stand the bureaucracy in India, and I just don't think I have thick enough skin to survive here. I'm happy to travel to India on holidays. India will always be my home. I will always come here. My family's here. I will visit them. I'd rather choose India to travel than actually stay. Well, you pay, isn't it? I wouldn't mind paying high tax. I've been in India for just under 2 years, and I have spent over 90 lakhs in India on traveling. This is all going to Indian economies. So I don't mind paying the tax if you're able to earn and if you're able to have a good standard of life. Yes, Kunal, there is a waiting time on NHS, but I never had a problem. It depends on where you are. But I've had several operations through NHS. I had a keyhole shoulder surgery. I've had a few other operations and never had problem. It was done within quite a short time, promptly, and I do get my medicines at quite a reasonable rate. And my children are getting free treatment, dental treatment, opticians, and they prioritize. If you're a pregnant woman, gets free treatment as well. If you're elderly, you get help from the government. Yeah, healthcare if you can find appointment. Yes, free healthcare if you can find an appointment. But I don't have a problem. Maybe it's area I live in. I live in Surrey, and maybe it's not as dense when it comes to population. So I never had a problem. And my GP is my very, very good friend. Thank you very much, Lalji. Your point is valid, but the tax is very high. Yes, the tax is very high, but it's your earnings very high as well. Your standard of living is very high. Lot of people choose. We are losing. India is losing wealth because the system here doesn't work for them. Middle class or the poor class who graduate themselves on higher mark, who earn good degrees, tend to leave India. India's wealth is not staying in India; it's going to America. Western Europe is going to. People when they get their doctorates or they become dentists or become, they get good degrees, of course they will leave because they get much higher wages abroad. They have much better standard of living. They can earn higher wages and have a better living abroad. They tend to leave, and this is India's wealth leaving. And then the rich people, there are over 5,000 millionaires have left India, and there's still millionaires leaving India, choosing other countries to live where they can have a higher standard of living. Then the politicians or the businessmen, many businessmen, many millionaires tend to invest their money into a market outside of India as well. So Indian wealth is not kept here. It does go out to the European markets. A lot of India's investment. If European market collapse, it will be also a collapse of India because a lot of Indian money is invested into foreign market, and they know that's stable because European market or American market is much more stable than the Indian market. Good for anybody. Yeah, yeah, sure. The biggest issue in India is doing what to have caste. I don't believe in caste. My mom is Hindu. She's a Pandit Brahman, and my father is Sikh. I don't believe in caste system. My wife is Christian. My children have, where do they belong? What is a caste system, guys? Come on, we are all human beings. I would eat and drink from anyone's house in anyone's house, and I will welcome anyone in my house. Our maid was in tears when I had a conversation with her. She comes, she goes to my fridge, she eats and drinks whatever she likes. She takes any dishes I don't treat, but she was telling me that some of the families, some of the places where she works, they keep a dish for her separately, a glass of water, which is left by the entry of the house. That glass is never washed or not even allowed to bring in the kitchen. She must drink from that glass all the time. She drinks water, and they treat her like, I think people don't treat dogs like this. I just don't understand. I'm sure that God is not very pleased when you treat people this way. Yeah, Nottinghamshire, part of it is quite nice, as all England. There are good parts and bad parts. Violence is reckless, law enforcement, murder, doctors brutally murdered. Bob, what happened to the doctor in Kolkata is just crazy. That government needs to be taken down. I just don't understand, the thuggery of the government here. Most of MPs in India are thugs. You cannot speak against them. If you speak against them, you will be taken out. India is not capitalist, it is socialist. Rajbalji, okay, it is not capital. India is socialist, okay. To develop a farm from scratch and finally able to make money the next. I'm not looking for a farm to start from scratch. I'm looking for a running farm, which is someone's getting rid of. I'm currently looking at vineyards. It is important the farm is running where I can actually take over running farm after a few months, take control and then develop the farm. Sorry, guys, I might miss some of the questions. I do apologize. Please, if I don't answer your question, then do mention again so I then catch it second time. Apni ki Bengali, I just don't understand what you're trying to say. And do you thought about de-dollarization? Yes and no, because de-dollarization might be good for Russia or some other countries who have been sanctioned. It is not good for India, and it is not good for Europe or any of us. If this de-dollar, you understand the situation, the mess we're going to be in, because the world is mostly trading on dollar. If dollar drowns, we all drown. You must understand. Although some Indians love Russia, but you got to take care of your family first. Family first, your country first, guys. Whatever happens in Russia, whatever happens. You can't show too much love that way. You must understand, if dollar goes down, if dollar drowns, we all drown. It has to be a change slowly. BRICS is a good, but they have to slowly change so it doesn't affect us, crazy. Violence happen in every part of the world, but it is not in the media. Yes, violence happens every part of the world. It's not in the media, but Europe, when the violence happens, it's shown in the media straight away. When a dog kills a person, it's in the media. Indian media will not show you because it's not relevant to them. But England, they will show a dog has mauled a 3 years old, a dog is killed, or a person has done something. They will show this. In India, media is shut down. We all know, I have seen when there's something happens in the state, they are shut down so that it doesn't get out. It's controlled. What you see in India, most of it is controlled. The millions probably die, we don't hear and we don't see. Bridges collapsed, infrastructure go down. How much you see, government is so good at controlling things here. As an Indian, I hate democracy. Yes, love. As an Indian, I also hate the system that is in India. Guys, I don't hate India. I wish India to be a much better country. I wish I don't have to move around. I wish Indians don't have to go to other countries and, where they're not happy, and to live there and leave their own country because they think the better life. India should have better life that they're looking for outside. I get attacked by a lot of people when I say something. You have to speak up if there's a problem you want to fix. When in your house, when there's an issue, you have to light the issue, that bring the issue in light so you can resolve it, rather than just kind of saying everything is good. We have no problem in this house. Apni ki Bengali. Sorry for that. Yeah, I'm really sorry to be ignorant, but apni ki Bengali. Sorry for asking again. Apni ki Bengali. I still don't understand. Could you put in English if you don't mind? Apni ki Bengali. I don't know. If you're asking, I'm Punjabi, and I don't speak Bengali. Man, great. Thank you, India Insight. Look at Indian street food. Indian street food, what? It's good and bad. It's okay. Sometimes you're having this, but the government should make some standards. The Food Standard Agency in India is a laughing stock. They're good. They're good for nothing. When there is street food on the street and there's nothing covering, the tire rubber, it goes into a bloodstream. The dust from the tires is entering the food. The government should set some standards, but street food is important for Indian culture. It's important for the poor people to make money. It gives them 3 times food, so it gives them livelihood. I am all for the street food. I'm not against street food, but however, I'm against the cleanliness. I do believe in what you can't see, you cannot do. If there's people serving street food, if the government can say, okay, do you know what? Before you put your vending, before you start put your tiller or you start doing your street food business, you need to go on some sort of course, government free provided course where they provide them training on hygiene, on how to keep things, and then they get certificate, they display the certificate, and then they can go sell food. And then there's government officials who go, vendor to vendor, check if they have the right certificate before they sell. That means the Indian public is protected, and the vendors are aware of the viruses, health and hazards, and they can provide good quality food. They can charge a little bit extra, people will pay. No, I'm not Bengali. I am Punjabi Indian. I'm not Bengali. Is, is any chance that I am in India currently, and I will come back again for holidays. Always, I'll choose India as one of my favorite holiday destination. And if things work out, my children have Aadhaar card, they have OCI, and if things work out, they're always, welcome to come back to India and, sorry, reside and do the business. Yes, every news eventually comes out. If it comes out, it comes out, guys. But we all know that how things work in India. If you are poor, your daughter, your wife, your sister gets raped, it's so easy for the police just to kind of say suicide or whatever they want to say. It happens. Police are crooked, crooked, crooked. There's been a case in Madhya Pradesh in Indore. Two policemen has been caught taking a bribe on the on the camera. Who do you trust? Who do you trust? I personally have incidents with the police where I've been stopped and they've asked for money, and I'm just thinking, is they're not the person. I had an accident, and when I called my friend, I said I was on my way to the police station. He said not to go because the person I had an accident with a motorbike, and the person was not in a situation to give money to anyone. And if I had gone to register the claim, complaint to the police would have thought, money, this guy's got money, let's get him in there. They will keep on giving me dates, give me until I have to pay them to drop the case. Things I get told by friends that you just don't go to the police station. You don't want to get in this mess. Dude, there is something over here in India. I think India can match European standards. I think India can match European standards, living standards. Absolutely, India can improve on infrastructure. Absolutely, India have resources. They have material. It's a big, big country. It is India, it's the politicians, it's the Indian public thought has to change. We have to understand quality over quantity. We must understand, we must care for each other, we must care for your neighbor. If there is rubbish outside your house, pick it up, guys, put it in the bin. Europeans do that, you can do that. Don't throw your food there. Request, when the election comes, put your point across the government, tell them, say we need bins to be installed, so people, at the bus stops and the places, we need to tell, we need to educate our children. Take your rubbish at home. It all starts at home. We all must take responsibility for our own country. If you love your country, be responsible. Point out to others. If someone made a mistake, point it out. If I'm out and out and I see in India someone throwing rubbish on the floor, I approach them always and I say to them, what you're doing is wrong, pick up your rubbish. Yes, love. I agree with you. Democracy divides people into caste. I understand, and I don't agree with exactly what you're saying. It's individual. We have to accept everyone. It's, we can't say democracy is individual's choice. When you're taught that someone's lower caste than you, they're not able to sit with you, they're not able to eat with you. It's a personal thought, personal choice. We have to overcome that. We have to look at everyone as a human being. We have to treat everyone as equal. Oh, when I was in Portugal, I did not feel any anti-immigration. not at all. I went to restaurant. I met some solicitors. I met accountant. I met some businessmen who employ Indians. I met some farmers who employ Indians. They love Indian labor. It's cheap. They're hardworking, and they just get on with it. They don't cause trouble. Indians in Portugal and generally abroad do not cause trouble. And Portuguese do see that, and they're happy. They're welcoming Indian labor. There is a massive. I think there are 120,000 Indian immigrants living in Portugal, and this is legal, not illegal. And there are many illegal immigrants living there, and it's only growing. Kunalji, thank you very much. Being poor does not make you a good person. Being poor, people become envious of the wealthy. They feel that they are worth nothing. They're made feel worthless by everyone. It's not it's not personal money his responsibility. It is government's responsibility to focus there. They're happy to collect votes on the grounds of religion. Guys, please don't attack me. I just say what I think is right, what I've seen in India. And as a democracy, I should have a freedom to speak what I feel is wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm more than happy to take criticism and people telling me, okay, wrong, and why am I wrong. But it's government's responsibility to take people out of poverty. It's government's responsibility to provide them good standards of living. No one should live in a shack, leaky roof or unsanitized place. No one should live. We're fifth largest economy. India is not looking like fifth largest economy. When India became fifth largest economy, media is so fast to bash other countries, so fast to say we're fifth largest economy, but you gotta match up that status as well. You have to say, okay, no, we are fifth largest economy and we are behaving like fifth largest economy. Our infrastructure is like fifth largest economy. Rahul Verma, namaskar. Similar case in Tamil Nadu. Minor girl got raped. Oh man, this is bad, man. I can't see things like that, man. It just breaks my heart. Children in distress. I don't know, man. It's just how people are so sick, are so twisted to do acts, such a horrific acts. It's just beyond me. These people don't exist to be on this planet. Don't deserve to be on this planet. I beg your pardon. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone should take responsibility. I have put a dash cam on my car to record everything. When I'm in the car, when I'm driving around, it records everything. I've no lie. I have recorded police officers on the bike riding without helmet. The law, the government officials, the government says that you should wear helmet when you're driving a bike, and yet these police officers choose not to wear helmets. So why would citizens follow? It's always, yeah, look how Italians are treating farmers. Same thing will happen in Portugal. When there's too much of one community and they feel threatened, they feel that their culture has been destroyed, they feel that they've been taken over. Yeah, it will happen. We have to change our way. We can't. If I'm in India, I will live how I want to live. But if I'm in Portugal, I have to accept their culture, their rules. I don't have to accept the religion, but the way they are, I have to kind of become part of their society. I don't. What happens with Indians are when they go somewhere, they don't tend to mix with that society. They tend to keep their own culture. They don't agree with the Western values. They don't agree. Oh, waise karte hain, waise karte hain. The clothes they wear, the food they eat, the way they talk. They don't agree with this because it doesn't agree with our culture. But we must have. If we're going to someone's country, we have to respect their values. We have to kind of try to mix up with them, mingle with them, so we don't feel treated. I live in England. I have English friends. I never ever get any problems at all. I go out drinking with them, I socialize with them, and they understand. I understand the culture. I'm Indian. I always understand, remind myself that I'm an outsider. I have to adjust. They don't have to adjust according to me. I have to adjust for them. And so this is what I do. When I go to Portugal, I will hopefully things work out. I will take farm. I will contribute into the community. I will pay my taxes. I will employ the local. I'll provide good services to the locals. And there's no reason why they will hate me. How much money do you want to save to take to Portugal? I don't know. It always all depends. So in Europe, things work slightly different. You take loan on the property. You put small percentage down, and the remaining you take loan from the bank, and then you start your business, and you kind of pay. You don't buy in business. You don't buy anything in 100% cash. It's a bad business. Good, Pandit. Thank you very much. Punjabis are getting treated pretty badly in Italy. Punjabis don't mix up, man. It's, the second generation do tend to mix up because they're born and brought up in that culture. They speak Italian. They will go to Italy school. They have Italian friends. They like Italian food. They relate more to Italy than India. The British, like I'm born in India, but I went to England when I was quite young. I relate more to the British way of life than Indian. I'm struggling to adjust here. And same thing happens when the second generation comes of Indians will happen. But the Indians that are going from Punjab, they go to Italy, they don't want to change. They say, you can't teach old dog new tricks. So when they go to Italy, Italians expect them, boom, to be Italians just like that, speak our language, eat our food, accept our culture. But it doesn't work like that. What Italians expect cannot happen. And Punjabis at the same time don't put much effort to adjust into that culture environment. It's all about just make your money, keep your society together. They all tend to live in societies, and they don't want to mix up. Kunal, thank you very much. Okay, safe drive. You're the airport. Yeah, safe drive. Take care of yourself. Elbel, I agree with you. I don't agree that Indians need to live in a society. It's almost like they feel threatened. You go to another country, you want to have your own. You want to live like you want to be in, like in Punjab, or you go to other country. You don't leave Punjab. If you're going to Canada, guys, if you're going to Italy, if you're going to Europe, don't expect to be living in Punjab or Maharashtra. You have to mix up, you have to blend in, you have to accept their ways of life, and you have to kind of put effort in to be part of the society. In Canada, few places in around Toronto, well known, I wouldn't mention the areas, but you probably all know, majority Indians. And Indians, majority Punjabis, they tend to be loud, they tend to have their own culture, own food, and they driving out the native population, or the white population out of the area. Because when things change so drastically, people don't want to live in that environment. They're not used to, they weren't brought up in that environment, so they tend to leave, and all you're left with mini Punjab. And Punjab is like, oh, this is great, but it's not great for long run. Not all. See, the problem is that second generation Indians and third generation Indians eventually will lose the Indianness. The West is not stupid. They're really, really bright. I've seen Indians in England, third generation Indians in England, who don't speak a word of Hindi, who never go to the mandir, who never go to the gurdwara or mosque. They speak English. They go to the pubs. They drink beer. They're 100% English. The only thing difference between them is this, their skin. They will discriminate India. They will have same thoughts about India is how the white people look at India, is how they look at India. They've adjusted so much, and they just sort of think, what should I say, they don't fit anywhere. They don't fit in England. They don't fit in India. They fit nowhere. But they become part of the society. But I believe over the time, over the years, as third generation, fourth generation Indians living in Canada, will things will change for Canada. It won't be the same. Contrast that with what about indoor street food? It's more hygienic. Indoor street food is as hygienic as anywhere else. I've been out a few times to Chappan, which is known as the hygiene street, and I've had terrible diarrhea, guys, fever. I've been in a messed up state, and I'm afraid I cannot take chances. I don't eat out on the street. I'd rather go to a hotel where, if I'm sick, I can hold them accountable. I'm spending good money, but I'm very careful where I eat in India. My stomach is just not that strong. Cool. Sorry. Yeah, Surrey, and there's other places as well. Surrey in Canada, Punjabi gangs, drugs. I hear all that. I don't agree with that. I don't associate with that, and I don't kind of call that my thing. Brampton. Oh yes, Brampton, mate. That's it. Brampton, they call it proudly mini India. You don't see any white person there. It's nothing to be proud of, guys. We have to, when we go to, when we're in India, when we have white people coming from West in India, we love when they speak Hindi. We love when they eat our food. We love to see them adjusting in our culture, following our religion. In white people coming to Rishikesh, they're going to a mandir, they're praying, a Bhagwan Krishna, and we love all this. Yet, but when Indians go to the West, they don't want to do this. They don't want to be like those people. I think white people understand. They come to your country, they adjust to your country, they adjust to your culture. But at least they try, even though they have short time. But we don't do that. How did you convince your wife to come to India? How did I convince my wife to come to India? As simple as that. I just said to my wife, India is the fastest growing economy, and is what I saw, and I convinced myself it is the place where we need to be. And because I convinced myself it's the place where we need to be, and then she was happy with that. I don't take wrong decisions for my family. I do everything for my family. I live for my children. I live for my family. My family is before my love for my country. My family first, my country second. As I said, I love India. India is my country. I always be Indian, but I prioritize well-being of my family first. I'm so behind in questions, guys. I'm so sorry. I actually ranting on some other matters. We've got Portugal. Where am I? Where am I? Look at things. Sorry. Okay, Punjab. Punjab is right in the visa. Motivation, how are they? So I'll tell you something about Punjabis. Majority, they get their visa. They have no intentions. Majority don't have intentions to actually study abroad. They just want to go there and just get straight into work. Punjabis are hardworking, guys. They don't. Most Punjabis are very successful. They don't go educate themselves in a degrees. Very few do. Don't get me wrong, but they tend to be bus drivers, truck drivers, builders. They get the experience, they start their firm, and ultimately they do really well. Majority of Punjabis are doing really well. You don't see many Punjabis taking benefits or eating from the government. They tend to be quite proud and tend to feed their family. Most Punjabis don't like to go into employment. They will start their own business. And I know that in the UK, same thing. A lot of Punjabi students come to UK. They go 1 week, 2 week in university, and then that's it. And they get lost in the system. They are working. they are destroying, what they don't understand, that they're destroying opportunity, they're destroying opportunity for the next generation to go abroad. Look at Australia. Many universities have banned students from Punjab, from Gujarat, from Haryana. Why is that? It's not fair on those people, on those children who genuinely want to study abroad and make something for their life. They might want to study abroad and bring that here and then implement it in India. I think there should be a much stringent checks on the background, and the Western government needs to do much more alongside with Indian government so that those can be stopped who are just gonna go there and work illegally. Yeah, there is racism increasing. Cristiano 70. Yes, there is racism increasing too much against Indians in other countries. Guys, absolutely. But Indians don't help. As I say, we have to blend in. We have to accept the culture when you were there. We have to accept the society. The racism is increasing, yes, but things Indians do. If you go to Brampton, it says in India, there's lots of garbage there. If you see on the streets, people, the way they live, it just they don't tend to adjust to the Western society, and people don't like it. And then you got pockets of people who have nothing else, but then they become racist. They build hatred towards Indians. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there is Albal. There's a difference between illegal immigrants and skilled immigration. Massive difference. Skilled immigration tend to pay into system. They tend to be educated. They tend to work in the high-end, top-end jobs, and they tend to make friends. And then they learn and adjust into the Western culture much faster. Where illegal immigrants don't get the exposure. They go to Canada. They go to Europe. They don't mix up with working white people. They only mix up with their own people. They work illegally as with builders or with other Indians who give cash in hand. And then they don't get to understand the Western culture, the Western way of life, and that's the problem. So usually the hate is towards the illegal immigrants. They don't, not the legal immigrants tend to mix up more than the illegal immigrants. Yeah, they do portray illegal immigration do portray India in bad light. So why should Europeans have all the resources and white exclusive lands like USA, Canada? Guys, it's their country. We have, if this country, and there's a city, just say there's a city Alpha, which is all white. And this is how they want to be. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to convince them, that you're the right person to just, you are going there, they're not coming to you. So you have to convince them that you're the right person and they want to have you there. So it's not, you don't have a right to kind of go anywhere in the world and just kind of think, okay, here I am. It's not the case. Well, the ancestors won. They done a good job. Unfortunately, India wasn't good enough to conquer the world. If India had conquered the world, just like the Brits, and we had taken the resources from other countries, we wouldn't be in this mess, and we wouldn't be crying. And we would say, happened whatever happened, we made out of it. We done well. Our country done well. Every man's for himself, guys. It's just unfortunately our ancestors just weren't warriors. They just didn't have that in them to actually go out of the country and then take from other countries. There's nothing wrong, if that happened, India would have been a great country today. It's not a bad country, don't get me wrong, but we could have had great infrastructure. We would have been well ahead of our times. Why should you? Okay, how do you view in the perception of the kids? Since he's point, do they struggle with identity given? Well, my children, if you're talking about Ash, perception of you, if your children, okay, my children consider themselves Indian. When they're in England, they have forms at school, they filled in, it comes up as Indian origin, yeah, or Indian white, or Indian Polish, depends on the forms. Well, often you use either the Indian Polish or Indian Indian, or yeah, so that's what they put the forms. They will not put, they will put British as well. My children consider themselves Indian. mostly, and Indian Polish, and that's how it should be. And they are Sikhs. They're brought up in my culture, and they understand the values of our culture. They know that India is my home, the dad's home, and therefore they have partially they are Indian. They have had problem in India. My daughter has had experienced racism in Indore in the school, where other girls have told her that your ancestors or white people, have looted our country, have done this to our country. They come to our country, do this, and my daughter comes home crying. She said, "Dad, this is what I'm experiencing at school, where other children, other girls are ganging up on me, and they're blaming me for what happened to India." My daughter has dropped out of school because the problem she was facing in India. She's now doing home study because she was too afraid to go back to school, and she's had a lot of issues at school, so she's not at home. At 56, Dukan, I stay away from few shops. Rohan Verma, yes, at 56, Dukan, everyone should stay away from few. And I've eaten, I don't know what place I've eaten, but I was messed up. So I'm really, really now scared to go and eat there again. My wife has gone. She's done a video. She's gone to Chappan. She's eaten. Well, but yeah, nothing happened to her. She's done quite well. Everyone needs just a little piece. Love, yes, everyone needs a little piece, guys. We just have to be better human. We just have to treat everyone a little bit better. Rohan, yes, how some people get license to ride. It's all paid, my brother. It's all paid. The police comes and then is a bit of money, and the police goes. Doesn't matter what happens. There's rats, there's cockroaches, there's unhygienic methods. All you gotta do is pay the police here, and they will go away. Indore is known. Police are the gangsters here. They run the show. Every problem they'll come. They collect the hafta. Yeah, that's the reason I'm not running any business in Indore. I have looked at many opportunities, many businesses, and it has been shot down mainly because of the media, the gundas, and the police bribe. I would not agree to pay a penny to anyone in bribe. Well, my children look at themselves. They're like multicultural. They're Indian, they're Polish, they're British. They love their Britishness. They're born in England. They got the British passport. They have friends there. They love their Polishness. Their mum is Polish, and they love their Indianness as well. When there's sports and stuff, so they have a choice. They can choose Indian cricket team, they can choose English cricket team, or they can support Poland on the Olympics. You are absolutely right. Thank you, Dr. G. Love, as an Indian, I feel we have good future and high expectations about it. As an Indians, yes, India has a good future ahead, but you gotta understand: is that future for you, for your parents, or for your children? It's not. It's not for me. I see. I know. I can't wait 50 years for that future to come. I don't know if I'll be alive that long, and I can't expose my children to this. This corruption or pollution or environment. And when they're on the road, like, is your children safe? Is your family safe on the road? Because road, there's no driving sense here. License are bought when you're sitting at home. Accidents happen every day here. Yeah, it's just not for me, guys. I'm just not that thick skinned, and I don't think uh, things will change it very quickly. Although India has a future, yes, but I reckon, yeah, 50 years onwards, maybe, yes, 50 years down the line, unless Indian government makes some drastic changes. Very rich. Aman said, "Are you very rich?" No, man, I'm not. I'm not. My children go to one of the best schools in India, and I tell you now, I feel when I'm at school, I feel like one of the poorest family, and one of the poorest parents at the school. Trust me, I'm not very rich. I whatever I have, I do spend on my family. I don't hold on to the money. I do invest wisely, and I do prioritize my family. When I go out, I had a brother, 25 years old. He passed away. He was, he was traveling the world, and my whole perspective of life changed. Life doesn't, you, life is not guaranteed. Your tomorrow is not guaranteed. If I have money and I want to take my family on a 5-star vacation, I do it. Seeing my children happy, smile on their face is priceless. You cannot buy, no money can buy time. I can always make money tomorrow. I don't hog money. I don't see, okay, make my money into millions. I gotta grow that money, hog. No, I enjoy my money. If I have something, I enjoy it. I don't need fancy cars. I just prioritize my family, make sure that when my children have a smile on their face, for me, there's nothing can beat that. Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, my daughter um, didn't feel didn't want to be here. She kicked off, and it was quite difficult. We went through a very, very rough time when that happened. But after starting homeschooling and trying to explain to her, everywhere you go, you get racism. Everywhere you get problem. Those few children just maybe were jealous that she is from England. Maybe the different. You don't know what the situation going on. So I managed to talk to her, but now she's in a sense she's happy here to study from home, and her thoughts have changed. She's young still. She must understand that you know you, no way is perfect. Yeah, I brought you up to school, guys, but children, you'll get bullying. Bullying happens in school. My boys are a bit different. They stand up. They come for bullying. They stand up. My girl is very different. She is very quiet. She's very much to herself. She doesn't speak up. She keeps everything within, and then she will then one day just kind of, erupt. She does not share her problems. Sorry, thank you, guys. Sorry for your daughter. Thank you, bro. Has taken Kunal say bro has taken the black pill. I don't know what's a black pill. Can you break it down, please? What's a black pill? You sound very well spoken. Dr. G, thank you very much. RIP, your RIP, but thank you very much. Yeah, he was 25 years old. It was a very, very difficult time for us. I had to go to Norway to get him. My mum is never the same. She loved him so much. He was the youngest. I loved him very much, and I still think of him to today. It's been a while now, and my mum, life has changed. She used to go swimming. She was very healthy, very, well looked after. And after the death of my brother, she's broken. She is not the same person anymore, and it breaks my heart to see her in that way. Yeah, guys, school life, we all been there, we all experienced. I got in fights in England at school. I fought with Indians, I fought with white people. I've been victim of racist attacks in England. I stand up my ground, guys. I never run away. I stood up. I always in a fight. I don't go down. I don't tolerate racism. I bring my children up same way. I say you speak up, you stand up for yourself. Doesn't matter, what the other person is like. You have to stand up for the, so you have to stand up for to the police. You have to stand up to the racists. It's a good question. Say, what is the best company to invest a few £100 into? Guys, you must think this guy is crazy. Best place to invest your money is in at the moment is Indian stock markets, because the returns are much higher. I invest in FDs, which I'm getting 7.2%, and also I invest in some mutual funds as well as some insurance policies, and they're doing phenomenally well. In England, the interest rate is crazy, man. 3%, 4%, and the inflation rate's much higher. So I have opportunity because I have OCI to actually invest my money into India rather than investing into England. So I get much higher return. But yeah, good budget. If you can invest, then I suggest that it's the right time. Send your pounds into India and invest here, because you get, at the moment you get 110 rupees to a pound. It's all-time high, and also you're getting 7.2%, which is your safe bet. And also you can invest maybe little small percentage into some sort of insurance scheme as well. It's just me. You can just enter in international school in Delhi, Mumbai. You know what? Delhi, Mumbai, I've heard a great place to be for youngsters. I cannot put my children in that environment. Pollution, first of all, in Delhi is crazy, guys. Smoking 20, 30 cigarettes a day. Would I want to put my child in that place? No, I don't. Health before wealth. My children are British. They have access to the world. They will do well in life, and this is for sure. I'm uneducated. I'm not educated. I never received a degree. I'm able to move my family around the world, able to support my family. I was born in a village in Punjab, and I was born in poverty, and I've come to UK and made something out of my life. I did not take my parents' money. I did not take anything from anyone. I made everything. When me and my wife have worked together, we worked hard to make a life, and so my children should do well in life. Where is it gone? I am so slow, guys, answering these questions. I do apologize to you. I've considered you remotely were in Western salary, but India. Yes, I am not educated. That's the sign where I can work for some IT firms in England and stay in India. I can't do that. I'm a truck driver, guys. I'm a physical worker. I will have to be physically present. And when my wife is an accountant, maybe she could, if she wanted to do that. I never pressurize her. I never tell her she must. If she wants to do it, she can do it. If she doesn't want to work, she doesn't have to work. Yeah, pollution, guys. We avoid large cities for too long. I've been to Gurgaon, I've been to Delhi, and some part time of the year, it's your throat burns. It's just not safe to be out in the environment. Okay, I work in Bangalore, and now people are becoming racist to speak. Yeah, man. I've been to Chennai. I've been to South, and I was trying to speak Hindi in taxi driver. Oh man, this guy got upset. He was telling me to speak in English. He refused to, and I asked him. I said, "Hindi is a national language. Why wouldn't you speak Hindi?" And he's like, "It's not my language. Either you speak in Tamil or you speak in English." And he was very aggressive, guys. And I was shocked how India is divided. It's not only Punjab, yeah, it's some brainwashed, people are brainwashed fanatics looking for Khalistan, which I don't agree with. But it's many, Manipur, Tamil Nadu, many states, they all want their own thing. I don't know what's going on in India. I think government needs to do something about this. Not kill people, not arrest them. It's a free country. I think they must find another way. There's no reason anyone should lose their culture. You can preserve your culture and yet still be part of one country, one system. It is about to be. Yes, makes you want. Guess some of the meaning out of this. Let me see. Yes, absolutely. I try to learn and understand India every day and while I'm here. I enjoyed my time being in India. We traveled a lot. My children have excelled in education. My boy plays guitar. My younger one plays piano. My daughter's learning multiple languages, and I've got to spend so much time with my family. So it's our stay so far here has been great. It's just not place where I can do business. Sense for 400%. Sensex 400% return. Well, I don't know about that. 400% return. I don't know who's giving 400% return. I've got shares in England. I invest in England's stock market and some companies. I have private pension. and it is not doing good, man. It's not doing good. My investment in England is not doing good. Property investment in property at the moment in England, it's not good as well. A landlord, you getting shafted as a landlord. Government is really punishing landlords. There's not any more rewards for you to kind of invest in property market in England, unless you are willing to invest a lot and wait many years for it to kind of see it grow. Return is, especially in London, 3% yield. It's awful. Just buy top 500. Just buy top 500. Yeah. So as you guys know, blue chip, you invest in blue chip, the returns are quite low because they're safer options. They're not 100% guaranteed. Money is not guaranteed, but it is safer option than spending in the smaller companies. Where the risk is higher, the margin is higher. Where the risk is lower, the margin is lower. Banks make money, man, not people. Banks get rich, not people. Siddharth Mishraji, at the moment, I am not doing much for living. I'm just eating into my savings, and I can't live like this for very long. So that's why we had to packing our bags and running away. At this point, we're not doing much. I've got property in London, get very good rent from there, and that is how we're surviving. In schools, so Mumbai is best. Yeah, Mumbai is best, guys. It's a lovely place, but it's just not. It's not where I can raise my family. I would like to have access to good quality of life, that I cannot experience in Mumbai. I am now in my coming in mid 40s, early 40s, and it's maybe life for a youngster. But I like to have a bit of a chilled out life, Punjabi, work on the farm, take care of your family, enjoy your soul-based life, provide good life for others. Where did you live in England? I lived in outer skirts of London, West London, and then moved to Surrey, which is just again down which is west of London. Where are you right now? I'm Yadav. I'm in Madhya Pradesh, Indore. I'm in Indore now. The air quality here is quite good. It's not a big city. The traffic here is quite small, and I guess it's a good city. It's surrounded by a lot of lush green. There is so much to do when you on outside activities here. Love, I think electric cars will solve the problem. I wish that's the case. At the moment, they're all time cheap to buy, and let's see what happens. Where they go. What sort of how government works with them. To produce electric car, there is lots of pollution as well. What's going to happen? West world, where the money is, they don't tend to make the pollution in their country. They tend to third world countries. They let them produce the batteries. They let them produce the parts, and they create pollution. And then the West points fingers, saying the most polluted countries are China, India, Brazil. But why are the most polluted countries? If you ask why, because those most polluted countries make most of the stuff for West, because West refuse to make it in their own country, and that's why they're the most polluted countries. The West is, they're good, quick on pointing fingers, but they are not. They will never say no to the stuff manufactured. They move the companies to manufacture in India, manufacture in China. They're happy to buy from China, but not happy to look at the pollution figures. Where are you right now? I'm in Madhya Pradesh. Albel, South Indians face a lot of people trying to push North Indian culture in their throat. I guess now they are lashing out. Yes. I don't know. I don't relate to that. I'm a Sikh. I do go to mandirs, and I do try to mix. But again, guys, I don't believe in caste system. I respect everyone's religion, everyone's value. Everyone has right to live their own life however they want to however they want to live. I don't judge. Is Modi's government bad? No, Modi is not bad, guys. I don't think he's bad. But one man cannot change the country. You understand? He is in power because of many corrupt MPs, in the world. He has to have majority to be in power. So if when he comes in power, he sees, okay, Haryana's MP is no good, for example, he cannot kick them out because he's in power because of them. He's a one man team. He's not a bad person, and he is doing his best to make the changes. But I think more can be done. People need to vote very carefully. You know, thugs are running the states. Modi can do better. There's few policies which I don't agree with. Divide and conquer is one of them. He is very good at near the elections using religion as a voting platform, which I don't agree with. He has done amazingly for Gujarat, but not so amazing for other states. He could do better. Sending love to you. Thank you, love. Appreciate it. Come back to India only to retire. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If I don't have young children, my children are old enough, they're able to look up themselves. Yeah, why not? Buy a house up in the mountains somewhere and live a clean, peaceful life. I would love to do that. One of my favorite places in India is Gangtok. I love that place so much. Clean, people are very friendly, and it's just lush green everywhere. Amazing. Come back to India. Hi, Josh. Hi, Anshul. How are you, buddy? Bit late, but hope you're well. Ritesh Yadav, what changes India needs? Indian public needs to change their thought. This, I understand there's so much love, patriotism towards India. Well, what's wrong? You have to say, what the problem is wrong. You have to say no to poor government education. You have to say no to poor government health system. You have to say no to bad infrastructure. When the bridge is collapsed, you have to bring the governments down. When the bridge collapsed, the government should collapse at the same time, guys. It's taxpayers' money. It's your money going down the drain. It's your hard work. You guys paying GST. You guys paying all this money. It's being wasted because you should not ignore this. I'll give you an example. A builder builds your house, yeah, and he does a great job. However, 5% of the roof falls. Would you say to the builder, well, you've done a great job by making this 95% of the house really good, but 5% fell is not a problem. So this is the mentality of most Indians. They say, well, government done so many good things. The bridge fell as a bridge fell, it happens in monsoon season. But however, then look what they done there. Government is a builder, guys. They're building the nation. You have to take them account for any bad decisions made as a business, as a company. If you're running a business, your manager does phenomenally good, but any bad decision made, you have to hold him accountable for this. This is how the India will prosper. Go forward. Every Indian, you have to point out every little problem. When there's a pothole, when there's no drainage system, when there is dead animal left in the street, whatever the reason, you have to tell your government, man, this is not acceptable. You have to speak up. You have access to a platform. If you cannot speak up directly, go on the media. Go on the forums, create forums. Get your locals, to do partitions. Get your locals who gang up on the local MPs. Hold them accountable. Give them headache. Then they get things done. And people here thinking, it's not my problem. Someone else will do it. The building's about full. It's not my problem. I don't live there. Whoever's living there is their problem. There's a massive pothole in the road. So I'll go around it another way. Someone else's problem. I'll find another way. This is how to make the country great. What changes do you think India needs? Well, yeah, guys, there is. I can say, the government. If people can change their thought process, then India can progress much faster. You have to accept when there's rubbish, pick it up, put in the bin, acknowledge this problem. I've been to Shimla, I've been to India, lots of touristic places. All I see is litter everywhere. We tend to not show the dirty parts, but there is a problem. Hi, Vik. Namaskar. Kem Cho? Anshu, brother, again, going from India doesn't mean I am, completely vanishing and I will never come back here. I said I will come back for holidays. Things cannot change fast enough. I just want to have a peaceful, a happy life for my family, and now I'm looking for other opportunities. And many Indians, as I said, many people graduate from here. Many do choose to go to the West just because the life there you're able to grow much faster, and you don't have that bureaucracy where police is down your throat, the government officials down your throat, the media is down your throat, and everyone's trying to cut you here. I was in Punjab, guys, so family members have farm growing vegetables. They don't eat that stuff. You eat that stuff, man. You feed your children highly pesticide goods. Indian Food Standard Agency are no good. You guys eating vegetables with crazy amount of pesticide, tomatoes, vegetarian diet here is not good. India having crazy health problems, cancers rising, 40% of Indians are struggling from liver disease, pollution problems. It's not the place where you want to see. I don't want to see my children get, sick, man. It's not, it's not the place for us. I'm abandoning Indians, fellow Indians in this position, but I think if Indians collectively speak up, then they can make changes. Farmers are growing their own allotments. Farmers grow own tomatoes, own chilies, own paprika, own gobi for themselves, where they don't use any pesticide, and they know they'll feed that to the children, to the family. Yet, what comes on your plate, my friend, it's not very good stuff, and the government doesn't care. I live in Toronto 44 years, not Brampton, but I feel Ontario, Toronto is the best place to live, safe. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Canada is a beautiful place. One of my favorite places. I wish I could live in Canada. My wife will, if I said to my wife that we'll move to Canada, she will be very, very happy to go there. Born in the we've been to Vancouver many times. We traveled to Canada many times. Always a great place. Canadians are generally very kind, very friendly people. I was born in Indore and spent initial years of my life there and tried to move to Indore to settle down. Currently in Sydney, trying to move. Come for 4 months, 5 months, man, Indore, and then see how things work out. It's not. When a monsoon hits, it will break you, man. You can't take your car outside. The water's everywhere. There's no drain system. Mosquitoes. When the water's stagnant, diseases happen. People out there to scam you. If you live in Australia and you're moving here, you'll find difficult, man. You gotta understand. We hunt. We actively have to drive around looking for organic food because we just don't want to give our children food from the local shops. The quality of tomatoes is awful. The quality of vegetables is awful. What do you do? What do you really feed? You want to feed your children good diet. You don't want to feed them meat. What do? You feed them, vegetables laced with pesticides or fruit which is ripened unethically. How was bringing the government down? You can't bring the government down, man. You got to vote. You have to be collectively vote. So keep voting, party, keep voting, guys, and just make sure you vote for the right person. See their policy, what they represent, and speak gang. All communities should have membership, so you can all kind of get together. Give them to push the religious interests. India needs to be cleaned up. India needs to clean up. Yes. Jai Bharat. I hope India to succeed in life. It's in my interest. I feel India should be a place where people don't need to leave. People in foreigners should come and work here and live here, not vice versa. Madhya Pradesh is backwards, man. It's crazy here. People here, people want to be in power for corruption. People want to have the top IS positions so they can take as much bribe as possible. Collector's office, 11 months, man, to get my Aadhaar card here. Collector's office made me go back and forth, Kal ko aana, fir aana, karenge, de do, ho jayega. The files on the table. Only because I refused to pay any bribe. If I had given them 5,000, 6,000 rupees, work would have been done. But now I said no. I ran 11 months to get my Aadhaar card. I refuse to pay a bribe to anyone. If police stop me, and I'd rather go to the jail than pay them bribe. Yep, Indore has grown and is still growing, and the property price in Indore is crazy, and I don't understand why. Indore is nothing here. It's very small, tier two city, very small city, and I don't understand why the property price is so high here. Nitin, thank you, Nitin. Anshul, when you are leaving, we will plan an out lunch. Yeah, definitely, Anshul. It's been a while. We met. Yeah, we are free, so you let us know. Definitely, we'll go out for a meal. Yes, come to Canada. Start life. I can easily, they come to Canada. We have family in Vancouver and family in Toronto. My father wants to buy a hotel in Toronto. He's seen a hotel. He has asked me whether I would like to go in partnership with him and move to Canada and start a hotel. But let's see if Portugal works out. If it doesn't work out, then I might take out. Yeah, yeah. Guys, I will have to cut in about 5 minutes time, so I won't be taking many more questions. I do apologize. It's getting quite late here. Do you love Maggie? No, I don't. I am getting old now, so I take my diet very seriously, guys. I don't eat Maggie, although it is quite yummy. Don't get me wrong. I have had fair share of Maggie in my past, but no, I don't eat Maggie anymore. I opt out for much healthy good food. You come to Canada, yes. Ritesh, Agnes want to live in India. Yes, she loves India. Life is great and loves Indian culture. She loves Indian culture, but the pollution culture. Well, we live in Indore, guys. The pollution level is not. It's not crazy here. It's quite good, and corruption is here. Yes, it is, and also some cleanliness issue. Indore is not the cleanest city in India. That's all garbage. Vivek, thank you very much. I would like to go to Dubai for holidays, as I said, not for living. I'll give Europe a try because there's a bit more freedom beach in Europe than Dubai. I'd like to hold my wife's hand and walk at the beach rather than be arrested. Canada is a peaceful country with great prospects and integrity. Yes, Canada is a peaceful country with great prospects and integrity, and also Canada has a declining economy at the moment. It has one of the lowest productivity in the world. Your daughter would love it. Yes, she would. Canada is quite expensive as well, and mainly the problem for us is the weather. Weather is a problem in Canada. Yes, Bob, but we will definitely consider Canada in the future. I love going holidays there. I love Vancouver, one of my favorite cities in the world. One of my favorite cities, Vancouver, hands down. Ankit Kumar, people in India just blame the government, even though they themselves are responsible for the conditions around. Yeah, no, people blame the government. Who are they going to blame? Who's responsible? Whose responsibility is it to improve the infrastructure? Whose responsibility is it to clean the streets? Whose responsibility is it to make sure the poor have three-time food or have good place to live or have good education? It's government's. Government takes a role, and they're in position to improve the country. So you can't say people do have every right to blame the government. Dustbins in every street. Yeah, 10 years ago, government put dustbins every. Well, I don't see any dustbins around. And if they have to put them and people have stolen, then they have to put them again and they have to replace them again. And they have to keep on putting them. They have to put bins, metal bins, but they can't be stolen. Government has to, put fines, put cameras. They have to take drastic measures to make sure that streets are kept clean. And here, the salaries are not very high. Government can employ, people to constantly go around and pick up litter and clean. Man, MPs don't take responsibility because their heads are so far up their backside. They're so busy just making money on the corrupt side of they're in a business. Government's a business. They come in 4 or 5 years in power, grab as much as they can, and then they leave a mess for the next guy. Next guy come in, take as much as he can, then he lives the next one. No one gives a damn about government. Doesn't give a damn about the locals, man. Very few politicians are genuine. Yeah. Well, I'm finishing off soon. Yeah, I'm gonna finish off soon, guys. But the people, I just got a few more questions, guys. I answer, then I finish off. I do apologize if I didn't catch your questions. Maybe we can catch up another time. For the people who saw, yeah, people, put a fire in the dustbin in the winter to warm up their hands. Yeah, that happens. Make the dustbin from metal so they'll not burn. And if locals tell them off, like, mate, what are you doing? You can't do this. And then people should stand. People tend to say, it's not my problem. If someone's putting a fire in the dustbin, it's not my problem. They'll walk by. No one confront. People don't like confrontation here. We will cook rasmalai. We will buy rasmalai, man. Who's got time for cooking? NRI are seen as Amir. Yes, NRIs are seen as Amir Mughals, and there's nothing wrong with it. But then facilities have to be provided for NRIs. The system has to be there for NRIs to be encouraged to come to India. But no, there isn't. It's so they come to India and just take as much as you can from them. The system is completely opposite. NRIs understand. I think they sympathize more towards poverty. They sympathize more towards living in West. I've seen how clean West is. I've seen the system, and I would love to have the same system in India. So government needs to treat NRI a bit differently, I think, than to encourage them to be here and help them out, get their Aadhaar cards, help them out, set up their business, help them out, set up the bank accounts. Yeah. Evic, no, please. Canada is the next UK. Yeah, Canada is the next UK. Yeah. All the Punjabis are going to, taking over Canada. You should say Canada is the next Punjab, not next UK. Portugal is a good choice. Yes, I hope so. Portugal is a good choice. The weather is lovely. The food is great. People are quite kind. Wish you the best of luck. I still think you should move to Canada. Yeah, Bob, thank you very much. Maybe one day I would. You never know. At the moment, I'm like a gypsy, one place to another. Maybe end up in Canada. You never know. Nitish has retracted his message. The world around. Yeah. Hi, Dipanjan. How are you, pal? We all good. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Yeah. Dr. G, thank you for looking forward to next time. Thank you, Dr. G. Anshul, did you try to connect with what's that? Provincial Bhatia? No, I haven't actually. I maybe I should. Well, so yeah, thank you, Abel. Thank you, guys. Thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for listening me ranting on, guys. It's just kind of thing that sometime my wife replies in messages and people don't like what we say, but truly, from bottom of my heart, I love India. I have nothing against India, and I feel sorry for the poor. I feel sorry for the system, and I truly believe India can do much better. And I wish that all Indians can kind of wake up and stand shoulder to shoulder and question the government, and keep India clean, improve the system, help the poor, guys, and wherever you can, think India can do better. Once your picture and videos start coming in Portugal, you are going to create an access. I will go to Portugal. I promise, guys. I am still thinking about Indians. As I said, if I go to Portugal, I want to come to India, go to agriculture university. I want to have some sort of tie-up with the university where I can expand my farm in Portugal, and I can bring students after the graduation from India to Europe, to Portugal. They can work on the farm. They can take experience how things happen in Europe, how, and then they can bring the same experience here in Punjab, in Madhya Pradesh, and in their own farms, they can implement this and then improve the standards in India, provide good and healthy food to the local people. I genuinely care about India. Ignore negative comments. Yes, I do. But where I have to answer them, I do answer them. Some people, I think, a bit brainwashed, I feel like because I'm not Hindu, and anything I say, people kind of think that I'm attacking India, because if I was Hindu, maybe things will be taken differently. I am Indian from heart. I consider India as my nation. I said first family, then India, then anything else. I'll always be loyal to India. Thank you very much, Anshu. It moves me sometimes visit to close my savings account. I don't know how SBI operates. I am with HDFC and I'm with ICICI Bank, and I have great manager helping me out in ICICI Bank. She's phenomenal. She gives me good advice, sound advice, and when it comes to investment, again, you need to meet the right bank and the right investment banker. Their job is to help you. Their job is to increase the wealth. If you meet the wealth manager, is the interest is to make sure that you make money. So you make money, the bank makes money. If people, bank managers start giving you bad advice and you start losing money, that bank is not going to survive very long. And also, you should do your own homework as well. When the policy is offered to you, you should check up the history of the policy and see how it's been performing. And you got to take a bit of risk. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Finish work. I think you handle a sensitive subject, honestly. I have 3 children. I don't lie, guys. My children see me and they are going to be like me one day. So I bring my children up as honest as possible. I don't need to lie to anyone because I don't take anything for anyone. I feed my family on my accord. I provide everything for my family legitly. No one can point a finger at me and say to me that you have scammed anyone and you have caused any issues. I have never hurt anyone in my life. I always been honest from day one, and I'm proud. I'm a Sikh, and I take my Sikh values very, very seriously. I am an example for my society. I'm an example for my Sikh culture and religion. I think you handle. Okay, guys, thank you very much. All the best, Josh. Help you. Thank you very much. Avik, goodbye. Good idea, Josh. Thank you, bye. Thank you, Avik, bye. I love you all. Thank you very much, guys. Anshul, thank you very much. To all my brothers and sisters, namaskar. And I wish you guys all the success. And hopefully we'll have a chat another time. Sorry I have to end this. Take care, guys. Bye now.